So my name is Chris Holishek. I'm the CTO and co-founder of an early stage technology company based out of the Atlanta Tech Village called Voxa. So Voxa is an email to CRM connector. So what we do is help sales reps solve the pain point that they experience, which is manual data entry into systems like Salesforce.com. So if you're a sales rep, you probably have experienced manually going after you make a phone call or send an email, having to go and enter that stuff manually into Salesforce or other CRM systems. So we try to address that pain point. We're based out of the Atlanta Tech Village, and within Voxa, we really use extensive cloud services for running our business, including hosting our servers, hosting our monitoring systems and analytics, as well as document sharing, email, really across the board. We are adopters of cloud technology.
Good morning. My name is Ruth King. I am Profitability Manager and CEO of Profitability Revolution, LLC. We help companies run their business better and make money, enjoy life, have freedom, and give back. We are an internet broadcasting network, and all of the videos that we do are in the cloud. So as we grow and our video base grows, we actually use cloud computing a lot, probably in a different way than Chris has done it and other things like that, but we actually do it obviously also for our email and everything along those lines, but it's really important that our videos stay up so that you all have access to them, and that's how we use it.
Good morning. I'm Brian Holman. I'm project manager, the indirect channel at CBeyond. CBeyond provides a variety of voice, data, networking, and cloud computing solutions and services in 12 major markets across the country, including here in Atlanta. This is our home market. We provide services to companies like Chris and Ruth's with great success. Basically, whatever you want to do with the cloud, we do it. We make it happen.
Good morning. I'm Bob McNeil with Images USA. We're a marketing communications company. We provide advertising, public relations, and market research to companies all over the globe.
Good morning, I'm Jeff Street, and I'm the president of VIA Consulting Group. VIA has been around for 16 years. We pretty much service the government here in the US and around the globe, and we deal with big data. It's data analysis, data warehousing, business intelligence. And really the cloud became very essential for us because, I'd say for the first 14 years, our ceiling was about $2 million, but because of the cloud, we were able to break through that ceiling.
Good morning. I'm Mike Russell, I'm president of ETS Solutions. It's an honor to be here this morning. I want to tell you a little bit about my company. We do technology consulting in the areas of voice, data, and cloud services. My business we've been in business for 12 years, and for the first 11 years, our questions were, how many phone lines do you need and how much internet access do you need? My questions are rebranded in January of this year, and my questions are now, how old are your servers? What technology pains are you having? Is your email outdated? Are you having storage problems? What do you do for data backup? And how many phone lines do you need? And how much internet access do you need? So times are changing, and that's how the cloud has changed our company and the way we approach consulting within our clients. We work very closely with CBeyond on their cloud services along with their other products, which are voice and data services. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So as you can see, we have a very experienced panel that will be able to answer all of your questions. The flow of our session this morning will simply be that I'll ask a couple of what we call softball questions, kind of ease them into it a little bit, make sure that coffee is hit appropriately. And then we'll have some time for you guys to answer some specific questions that may be important to your own individual business needs. I think we may have someone who's going to be collecting questions, and we will make sure that we have plenty of time for that. So with that, I think that you've heard everybody talk about cloud computing, and I think the first place we probably need to start is taking the mystery out of what is cloud computing. So Brian, if you could kind of let us know in layman's terms, what is the cloud and what is cloud computing?
Cloud computing is essentially accessing your applications and data via the internet. It's the exact same as having your computer at your desktop or in your office. The only difference is at a remote server location, hopefully our facility, that you're able to access. There are a lot of advantages to this. Your acquisition and purchasing, you don't have to purchase the equipment. The infrastructure costs and the hassles involved with that, we handle that. The security, physical and cyber security, as well as virus protection, we handle that. Going beyond that, because it is in the cloud, is accessible from any location. And as a business person, that should be a great advantage to you, because you're going to have times where you may not be in the office, or you may be prevented from being in the office. If you remember, we had the snowpocalypse earlier this past winter. Let's say you have a major project you need to get done and you're not able to get to the office. It's not a problem if your data and applications are in the cloud. What cloud computing does essentially, in a nutshell, it allows you to concentrate on your applications, your data, and focus on your core competencies. You don't have to hire an IT person in order to take care of every little thing that goes on with your computing.
All right, thanks, Brian. And you've heard a lot of the panelists talk about what their business was like before cloud computing. Jeff Street mentioned breaking through an actual revenue ceiling. So I want to give the opportunity to all of our panelists, talk a little bit to us about what challenges you and your individual company, or if you service clients, what were some of the challenges that your clients had prior to implementing a cloud-based solution? So if we can start with you, Chris.
Yeah, so I've spent most of my career in very early stage tech startups and companies, both here in the Atlanta area and also on the West Coast in San Francisco. And when you're in a company that early, the name of the game is trying to figure out what your product market fit is and trying to get something to market as quickly as possible. So the biggest challenge there is trying to focus your energy and time on the core product. So one of the things that that you have to wrestle with is just that cost and time trade-off. So there's a lot of statistics out there about before cloud computing and also open source technology. To get a tech company off the ground, it costs around $5 million. And that price point, that cost to get things off the ground because of cloud technologies and other things has been dropped to around $5,000. So that whole cost, time kind of challenge and trade-off is something that has really been addressed by cloud technologies. So enabling things like no longer having to hire staff to manage physical servers to run our SaaS product. We effectively can outsource that to companies like Cbion and other companies who offer data centers and can basically rent us servers. So for us, that's been one of the biggest challenges early on, and one of the things that cloud technologies and solutions have provided for us.
We started securely streaming on the internet in 1998, when we were the bleeding edge rather than the cutting edge even. And in the beginning, we had our own technology, we have our own servers, we have our own everything in the back of our building. And it got to the point where it is much more cost effective for us to use Cbion to manage all of that. So we've moved, or we're in the process of moving almost everything into their servers, because I don't have to hire technical expertise in the very critical areas that we have to deliver video securely. And it's important to us that it is secure. So we use it. I mean, it's made my life a whole lot easier simply because I don't have to hire a whole lot of people. And as a result of it, we keep up with technology, which has been, think about 1998. How many people were on the internet in 1998? I mean, it was really the wild, wild west back then. And now it's gotten to the point where we have enough servers out there, thank you, Cbion, to be able to actually not have to deal with that side of things anymore. And it's made our lives a whole lot easier.
We've had a good experience with the cloud, and quite frankly, probably couldn't tell you what it was like before the cloud, right? When you adapt to new technologies, you have a hard time ever imagining, what if we didn't have cell phones? What if we didn't have iPads, et cetera? But the biggest change in our business has been, we're in the creative business, so we design ads and design tools for our clients, and before it was very cumbersome to share them with them. So we would design an ad. It might be a Wednesday afternoon. We have to get it to a client by Thursday. We have to upload it to an FTP site. We have to maintain a server. sometimes they have firewalls, they can't get to the information, it doesn't come through the right way. And then there's this volley back and forth about, changes, revisions, edits, which would take, days sometimes to go back and forth between us and our client. All the while, people like Pat have a deadline of when it's got to get to the Tribune or it's got to get to the publication. So what we've been able to do with the cloud, particularly with CBON, is to circumvent that entire process, and it's instantaneous. So we had a conference call yesterday with a client. We designed 3 ads for them. We showed them to them real time. They didn't like something, we changed it while they were on the phone working with us. They see the change instantaneously, and we can meet a 5 o'clock edit deadline. So it's revolutionized the speed in which what we do, and quite frankly, that saves us money.